So, the final class to go over is the Scout class. Now, as you'd expect, these come with bolt-action rifles. There is a mechanic in Battlefield 1 called the Sweet Spot mechanic. Now, this basically means that each of these rifles have a different range where they will 100 body shot kill. Now, there are obviously some exceptions to this. The Russian 1895 Trench does a max damage of 72 unless it's a headshot. All of the Gewehr M95 variants, they do a maximum, I think, of 86 damage. And the M1903 Experimental with the Pedersen device. And lastly, there is the Carcano rifle. All of those do not have a sweet spot. The rest of them do. The unique pistols is the Mars Automatic, the Bodeo 18-18-89, and the Frommerstop. And again, standard grenades, standard melee weapons. Difference is the gadgets. Now, as you'd expect, these are primarily meant to either form some sort of defensive position or spot enemies. So you come with two different types of flare gun. The first one is spot, which means that any enemy is highlighted within the flare's radius. The second one is flash, which blinds enemies. However, it does also blind teammates. My advice, don't use it. There is also K bullets, which, depending on the vehicle you take on, it does damage to vehicles. Usually it does most damage to the likes of armoured cars. It's also very good at stopping enemy tanks from repairing, so bear that in mind. The trench periscope essentially highlights enemies over hills, so if perhaps you're a bit unsure over what's over a certain hill or dune, you can simply use the trench periscope to see over it. There's then the sniper shield, which, it kind of sums it up what it is. It's a shield that you can shoot through. And the sniper decoy, which essentially gives off a scope glint, encouraging snipers to hit it instead of you. Now, the scout specializations. They are Scapegoat, Perimeter Alarm, and Ripple. Scapegoat essentially drops a sniper decoy when you are below a certain health, I believe it's 40, and are suppressed. It will drop a sniper decoy for you so you can make your escape. Perimeter Alarm. Whenever a tripwire is either detonated or shot, it will spot any enemy within a 10-meter radius. And Ripple simply gives a Q spot outline provided you have headshot an enemy before.